Hello, I'm Amy Derone, and I want to thank you for taking part in this meditation for just a simple few minutes. It's a brand new year, it's 2016, so I wish you, personally, a happy new year. I would like your New Year's and your life to flow. And the start of a brand new year is a great time to kind of recreate, redo our lives, uh, and really kind of just clean house on our internal clutter of constant head chatter, thoughts that just bing, 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 like one of those pinball machines. If I can get you to just kind of weed out a little bit of the noise in your head and give you just a little more peaceful quiet inside yourself, I know that you're going to be a fuck of a lot calmer, clearer, and kinder as you go about your day to day. I also know that you're going to be more conscious in your choices that you make. One of the greatest things that we can do for ourselves this year is to really recognize that we are in the driver's seat of our life. We are in the driver's seat of our life. And when we get in the driver's seat of our life, we can really be much more awake to our choices that we are controlling. We are steering. Like a car, it needs to be steered. Our choices are steering us. And there's a fantastic quote that says, "Within us all are two wolves. The one we feed is the one we strengthen." So if you hang out with me for a few minutes and you strengthen clearing your mind, you strengthen the energy of grounding your and calming your nervous system, you strengthen the energy of just being more mindful, I know that the destiny of how your day is going to go will be something you're so much more in agreement with. And when you wake up to, wow, I'm the one steering my choices. I'm the one steering my reactions. I'm the one steering my responses. I'm the one deciding what I'm going to put into my body. I'm the one deciding how productive I'm going to be today, etc., etc. It's not tormenting. It's actually very liberating because it actually gives you control. And even recognizing how you perhaps haven't been in control is how you get back to being in control. That means you're waking up. And that's how you start, turning yourself around to get back to your personal best and your own unique, individual, and authentic path. So let's just sit together and we're just going to meditate for a few minutes. And it's not going to be any big deal, and it's not going to be too hard. And I'm right there with you in it, okay? So real easy. You're sitting cross-legged. Some people like to meditate laying down. Usually it's, really tempting to fall asleep. But if you're somebody who wants to just take a load off and lay down, then try this laying down. Take a pillow and put it under the backs of your knees and the backs of your thighs so that you support and take a strain out of your low back. If you're sitting up, same action. You're going to take a pillow, a couple of blankets, the big fat phone book, and you're going to put it under your butt because getting your hips higher than your knees will also relieve low back strain. From there, I want you to press your seat down so that your spine lengthens organically as a result. Try to line yourself up so your shoulders sit right over your hips. Press your shoulders to the back wall, or if you're laying down, press them into your bed. Open your mouth and exhale your breath. The more you exhale, you'll make more room in your lungs for oxygen, and you'll also release some tension. And you'll release a mental grip on your steering wheel, so to speak. Nice and easy. Bring all 10 fingertips to touch. Beam your physical eyes to focus directly on the thumb tips touching. You don't need to think about them. You're not here to add more thinking. You're actually just dropping down to connect to your thumb tips and feel your thumb tips. Now, this is just you starting out, so just feel your thumb tips. And maybe that only happens for a moment, and then you're back thinking about what you're making for dinner. You're back thinking about how pissed off you are. Bring your focus back to your thumbs. This meditation has been integral to my sanity because it's brought me back to the present moment. And a lot of our head chatter will just take us on a friggin' wild ride. It's like a stream, constant stream. And you want to pull out of that. So bringing the focus straight to the thumbs is how you'll do it. Right now, in this moment, you're listening to my voice, and I'm guiding you to stare straight down at your thumbs and feel sensation. What's the feeling in your thumbs? Feeling your thumbs is going to start to kind of be like a sword that cuts through the mental fluff or mud or forest through the trees. See your thumbs. What's the feeling in your thumbs? Tingling? Warmth? Feel your thumbs. What's happening right now is nothing going on in your head. Drop straight down to your physical thumbs. Your eyes rest on your thumbs like there's just no place else to be. That can be difficult for a mind that's all over the place. But if you recognize meditation is about moving yourself away from that fast-paced, high-paced, high-octave energy, and sit down for 5 minutes and feel your thumbs. Breath in. Mouth wide open. Exhale, silently counting in your head. My exhale was 12 counts. My inhale will be a little more now. You try it too. Open your mouth, clear it out. Direct your eyes to your index fingers touching. If we clear out some breath, it'll drop you down into your body. The breath is simply the middleman that will sync up mind to the connection and feeling of the body. Now, in humanity and inside ourselves, if we don't like what we're feeling, we want out. We want out of the room. And if we can't get out of the room, we'll look for something to eat. We'll look for something to put in our mouth. We'll look for something to take out the feeling or numb it completely. I'm challenging you because I'm saying, stay with me. I'm right with you. The index fingers touching. Nothing else is happening. The index fingers are touching. And if you're somebody who's not comfortable with being in the moment, it's probably because you've had a lot of experiences that were frightening, created a lot of fight or flight energy, and your normal familiar is to be kind of checked out. However that shows up, whatever resources you can find to get checked out. It is challenging to check back in, but I'm assuring you that it's safe to check back in. Dropping straight down to the index fingers touching. The simplicity can feel like such a mental reprieve. Take a breath in. Clear your space of your lungs through the out breath. Let there be just a tiny pause before you inhale again. Inhale now. Without overfilling. Clear it. Drop your focus to your middle fingers touching. Let my voice literally slice through any thoughts you got going. When you notice you got back on your merry-go-round of mental ride, come off the ride. Come back down to my voice. Middle fingers are touching. Sometimes we need the help of another to light the way for us, to help us find our way back. They say if you're lost, stop and stay right where you are. You will be found. Middle fingers are touching. Just feel the middle fingers. If you're really connected to the body, and you recognize if I smooth out my breath, it'll immediately ease my mind. It'll immediately ease me emotionally. And physically, I'll feel more comfortable in my own skin. Shift gears straight to the third fingers. Think of the third fingertips touching. Notice you need the two coming together to feel the spark of physical feeling. You don't need to extra think about it. You don't need to analyze, is that there, is that not there? You'll feel it, and that's how you'll know. Going towards our feelings can be frightening. I have spent a long time trying to suppress feelings, reject them, bury them, and what I finally learned one day is I'm abandoning myself. My feelings are information. My feelings are a response to the human experience. And if we kick away our feelings, we'll kick away our intuition. If we don't have our intuition, it's like you're on a footpath without a compass. Third fingers are touching. Let the actual third fingertips touching to greet you like an old friend. Just so glad to see you again. That it immediately just brings ease to your mind. Third fingertips is all you have to do. When we live in a mind state of multitasking, having just one thing to do can feel really like, oh, this can't be right. It's funny how putting ourselves back on track when we've been off track for a while has us believing that this is not right. But the third fingertips say, yep, I'm not taking it personal. Come on back down to me. I'm here for you. Feel me. Breath in. Exhale to a count of 6 or 8 if you can without being forceful, but just really stretch out the out breath to the tail end. Drop your eyes over to the pinky fingers touching. Slow down your breathing. Basically, you can do that by stretching out the exhalations. If you slow down the breathing, you'll slow down the thinking mind. The ride will get a little bit more slowed down in a really beautiful way. It is like Ferris Bueller said, it all moves pretty fast. If we don't slow down, we could miss something. And our feelings are always there to guide us. So we can't cancel them out. Pinky fingers are touching. And an ego that's been surviving on cutting away feeling, numbing feeling, disconnecting from feeling. Goes through life like you're on a trail and there's no compass. And then you'll overthink everything. You'll question everything. And you'll get so internalized, you'll drive yourself nuts. Literally. And you can do that, or you can listen to my voice say, go back to the pinky fingers touching. Direct your mental concentration straight to your physical pinky fingers. Pinky fingers will feel it and signal back to the mind, validating there's a connection there because I felt it. And I love it because it teaches us something so important. We can go away from the pinky fingers. But as soon as we come back and we feel the physical feeling, we're like, wow, that didn't leave. That's still there. I got all caught up in my friggin' head. I got all caught up in my life. But man, when I drop down, what's really there is still always really there. Now just gently, kindly land your eyes on all 10 fingers touching. Land your gaze like you were setting something down very softly in a sleeping child's room. Ten fingertips touching. Feel your 10 fingers touching. Bring your palms to your heart. Press your lips to your fingertips. slow breath in. Open your mouth and just go. Ah. I'd like you to finish by simply taking your right palm across the center of your forehead. And I'd like you to take your left hand to the back of your head, more toward the base of the skull. I want you to press your palms, one hand into the forehead center, one hand against the back of the head. Just kind of cradle the back of your skull. And just think of cradling your hand gently and kindly around the forehead center. This is an actual incredible technique that was taught to me by Lauren Walker, who created energy medicine yoga. And it's, you put your hands on your forehead like if you got bad news and you said, "Oh my God," and your hand went right to your forehead, and the other hand's on the back of your head, which we don't typically do. But you're bringing the blood back to the forebrain, which means that you're bringing your nervous system to a place of ease, being more level, more grounding, mentally and emotionally. You keep your hands here as long as you like, and let your nervous system just have a chill pill, literally. Moving yourself away from reaction, moving yourself away from a gridlock of a reactive internal world and outside world. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.